Hi, I am Priyanka and today I bring to you the do's and don'ts of makeup. The right way to do makeup, and majority of the people I believe tend to do makeup in this manner, which is very wrong. We have the right products, we have everything, but we don't know how to play with colors and we don't know how to play with makeup and we don't know what will go well with our skin tone. And we end up looking somewhat like this. So, on one side of my face, I have tried to show you the wrong techniques of makeup, and on the other side, I have tried to show you the right techniques of makeup which will make you look good, and hopefully, you guys will not end up looking like this.
These are very simple, basic techniques which everyone must practice while doing their makeup, and trust me, they are very easy. So, I first freshened up my face by using this rose water mist. I let it dry before I put my moisturizer. I take a good amount of moisturizer and spread it all across the left side of my face. Whereas on the right side, I start off by putting my foundation on. I will not moisturize or conceal or color correct, but will straight away jump onto doing my foundation. And I know that a lot of you do this. I will be using this foundation to cover my dark circles, any random pigmentation that I have on my face, and with a dry beauty blender, I will start blending in the foundation. So, two mistakes that I've done here are: one, I have not primed my face, I have not moisturized my face. Two, I'm using a foundation which is not the right color for my skin. Three, I'm being very harsh on my skin while blending. And lastly, I'm using a dry sponge to blend my foundation, which will only soak up my foundation. So once this side of my face is done, I'll shift to the left side of my face and start off by priming my face. Use any primer that you like. I had this lying around, so I'm using this. The role of a primer is basically to fill up the open pores on your skin and create a smooth canvas for you to do your makeup. And we generally tend to have big open pores around our nose, and on our cheeks. So whenever you feel you have got open pores, just use a primer to fill those up so that your foundation glides on smoothly. Now, before applying my foundation, I will do one more step, and that is to color correct. To conceal the darkness under my eyes and the redness around my nose, I'm going to use a pale peach or a salmon colored color corrector, which works best for Indian skin tone. What this will do is, it will counter the darkness and hide the redness and pigmentation on my face so that when I apply my foundation, it looks even. Always remember to have a light hand while applying your color corrector because you don't want to overload your face with layers and layers of makeup. I'm warming up the product first with my fingers, and then using a damp beauty blender, I'm blending the corrector. Now once the corrector is well blended, I then apply my foundation, dotting it on and then blending it, keeping a very light hand. These steps are very important for you to do because if you don't follow these steps, you will not have a good base, and a good base is the foundation to a good flawless looking makeup. Now, as you can tell, the right side of my face looks quite dull, and my under eye area is also not well covered. And if you remember, I applied a shade lighter than my actual skin tone, which a lot of people do, thinking that it will make them look fair, whereas it makes your face look ashy and dull. And this is the only reason why you look white and ashy in pictures. And if you see the left side of my face, it looks quite bright and you can't really see my imperfections. My dark circles and pigmentation is well covered, and my base is not cracking up or looking cakey. So now I'm going to leave the right side of my face as is, and I'm going to take some banana powder or loose powder, and with the help of my makeup sponge, I'm going to put some under my eyes and under my cheekbone. 1, this will prevent creasing under my eyes. 2, it will set my base. And 3, it will prevent the eyeshadow fallout from ruining my base. Now we come on to contour. For all of you girls who struggle with contouring your face, you must see this. What most girls make out of a contour is they load their brushes with heavy bronzer and they go underneath their cheekbone, which is the hollows of your cheeks, and go back and forth. They do this on their jawline, and they also cover their forehead with the excess amount of bronzer. So if you can tell, my face on the right side is looking very droopy, broad and heavy. The right way to contour your face is that even if you do not have a contour brush or a tapered brush, firstly you create one by pinching your regular brush like so and dipping it in some contour shade and then just placing the color under your cheekbone. You just have to deposit some color there. If you touch your cheekbone with your fingers, you will know where to place the product, and spreading it in gentle circular motions, you come halfway to your cheekbone. You do not come all the way down to your lips. Similarly, you deposit some color on the ends of your jawline and bringing it in, and some on the forehead close to the hairline. Now coming on to nose, most girls contour their nose by placing some product on the sides of the nose. Whereas the right way to make your nose look slimmer is you draw a thin line starting from your lower eyebrow down to your nose. You make a neat straight line and blend it outwards. Do this if you want to make your nose look slimmer. I've created this to let you girls understand that where you're going wrong. Compare my right and left side and you can automatically tell my mistakes. Now we talk about eyeshadow. Most girls take a dark shadow and put it above their crease and drag the eyeshadow outwards and create a pointy shape like this, mimicking a winged liner. And I'm taking this glittery eyeshadow and spreading it all across my eyelid, whereas I should only be putting it on the center of my eyelid. So the correct way to doing your eyeshadow is that first you take a neutral shade and place it all over your eyelid. Now taking a darker shade, I'm only covering my outer lid and not going above my crease. I have to create an effect of depth on my crease, and this is why I will take a darker shade and blend it. And now I have a glitter eyeshadow and place it on the center of my eyelid. Now the reason I've used my finger here is because our fingers pick up the most amount of glitter eyeshadow as compared to a brush, and you're able to deposit more amount of product onto your eyelid. I define my lower lash line using the same eyeshadow as I used on my upper eyelid so that my eye looks defined. I hope you're able to see the difference here. Now we come on to eyeliner. Taking a liquid eyeliner, I line my eyes, create a long uneven wing, not giving any attention to the shape of my eyes, but I just blindly follow the winged eyeliner trend, and without even realizing if it will suit me or not, I draw out a heavy wing. Many people also miss filling out the lash line. On my other eye, I follow the natural shape of my eye and create a very neat look, not going too crazy with the wing, but to give my eye some shape, I wing it out just the right amount so that my eyes look beautiful. I keep it quite subtle and simple looking. Now if you compare the two looks, you can see that my right side looks quite dramatic and uneven, whereas if you take a look on my left eye, my eye looks quite angled and has got a flattery curve to it. So let's do our eyebrows now. So what majority of girls do is that they take a dark colored eyebrow pencil and paint their eyebrows with it. First mistake, they take a darker shade, almost 2 shades darker than their hair color. Secondly, they fill their eyebrows evenly with a heavy hand and draw out a shape which makes you look as if you're angry, which is a big no-no. Now the correct way to do your eyebrow is that you start with a very light hand and draw a light line starting from the lower side of your eyebrow and going a bit darker on the corners of your eyebrows, on the ends of your eyebrows, and only filling in the gaps and sparse bits. You keep filling in the sparse areas with color and brushing gently in order to distribute the color evenly. It is best to keep your eyebrows looking natural. I brush off all the excess powder It may seem unnecessary and unreasonable, but it is very important because this takes care of the fallout and prevents you from ruining your base. Now we come on to the blush. Usually what people do is they apply a heavy layer of blush on the apples of their cheeks and drag it upward over the contour, which tends to give you a very harsh line. The correct way to doing your blush is by taking some blush on your brush and tapping off the excess and just lightly patting some on the cheeks and going towards the outer corners. See the difference? This side looks so subtle and natural, whereas my right side is looking very heavy. Now we come on to the lips. I take a deep red color and fill my lips with it. On my left side, I'll first put some balm on my lips so that my lipstick does not dries out. Now I take this nude shade of lip liner and fill my lips with it. Because this lip liner is quite moisturizing, I do not need to wear a lipstick on top of it. Otherwise, I would have topped it off with a lipstick. So my aim to showing you guys two different colors of lipsticks was that if you see the right side of my face, as it is, my face is loaded with really heavy and colorful makeup. So by wearing a bold lip is not helping my look. I should have gone for a lighter shade instead. Now if you see my left side, it looks really subtle and natural. Why? Because I've kept the colors very neutral looking. Now highlighter. I load my fan brush with this highlighter and apply it heavily on my cheekbones and spread it all over my forehead. I even use my fingers and pack the product in to look like a light bulb. On the other side, I use a very light hand and apply some highlighter on the high points of my face, like on the top of my cheekbone, nose, on the center of my forehead, and some on my cupid's bow and chin. And to finish off the look, I use a mascara. So a big mistake that girls do while applying mascara is that firstly, they do not get rid of the excess amount of mascara which is there on their mascara wand, and they start from the center while applying mascara on the lower lashes. There are clumps happening, and eventually when the mascara dries out after a couple of hours, it smudges all over. The right way to apply a mascara on the lower lash line is to go back and forth like this and only concentrate on the outer ends of your lash line. The goal is to apply a light coat of mascara and not go too heavy with it. And the look is complete. I hope you guys learned something from this video. The one thing I want you guys to take from this video is when it comes to makeup, always remember less is more. 2. Use a lighter hand when applying your makeup, because if you've applied less product, you can always add more. 3. When going for a heavy eye, keep your lips neutral, and when going for a bold lip, keep your eyes simple. I try to make a detailed video and try to touch every important topic I found relevant. These were some very basic things which I have learned from my experience. These techniques are not too complex, and I hope you make use of them the next time you do your makeup. Have a good day. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Bye.
If you want to do this, if you want to know I have shown you the right way to put eyeliner, how to choose the right color for your lips. If you